So this is it, huh? They've finally done it. They finally killed off Red Dead. It's been a sad few days for the Red Dead community as a whole. We received pretty much official confirmation that they are, well, official confirmation that they are pretty much killing off the game. They said that they vowed to keep the event months coming, and that they will add some new Telegram missions to the game. And that's obviously, I mean, Telegram missions are something, but the event months obviously are not really content. The event month usually is comprised of, sometimes they are like, hey, there's this outfit someone put on Reddit, it's pretty cool, here's some parts of it, and other than that, it's double money and XP on a mode that no one really gives a hoot about. I, for one, have actually never really participated. I've never actually participated in like an official job race. I've done plenty in free mode for fun, but I've never done any of the official jobs.
Got some kind of rock in your boot?
Now, on the same Newswire post, they said that there is a new update coming out for GTA, and I'm sad because the update coming out for GTA actually looks really nice. And I say this as both a big fan of Red Dead and GTA. It's good that they are doing stuff for the game, but the fact that they are basically saying, hey, we can't afford to, we can't keep Red Dead going, because they say that they are, over the past few years, they've been devoting precious resources from their developing software, from their teams. They've been devoting their precious resources over from developing stuff that we have today, like GTA Online and Red Dead Online, to develop GTA 6. Have we heard or seen anything on GTA 6 other than that it probably exists somewhere, in that production of it exists? No, not really. Yet they keep talking about it. Anytime something really big happens for Red Dead, like when Save Red Dead Online reached its peak near the beginning of the year, they came out saying, oh, hey, GTA 6, that's why, and everyone was like, oh, okay. And then now, with the 13th approaching, being the 13th the 13th of July, now in a few days, I believe 5 days, I think marks 1 full year of nothing new added to Red Dead. A full year without any content, and the year previous was very dry and deprived of content. There has been an upsetting lack of things to do in the game, as well as just a disappointing lack of content. Now, hats off to you guys who have been playing Red Dead since the start and are still here, or have close to the start. I've had Red Dead for a little more than a year now. I got it probably 2 or 3 weeks before Blood Money came out. Blood Money, from what I understand, is generally regarded as one of the worst update that this game has ever gotten. I absolutely see why. The quote-unquote update of Blood Money added little more than some recycled stranger missions and stuff like that. Stuff, again, that no one really cares about. Stranger missions are something you do like a little bit early on until you either have enough money to start playing and having fun in your own ways, or until you find something else to do, until you can get a role. And then you work your role and slowly expand. I, like quite a lot of people, bought the Bounty Hunter license first, which I've come to learn is the only role that actually pays you in gold as well as cash. It's the only role that you can get gold from, and is one of the only sources of gold other than daily missions or stranger missions, stuff like that. Rockstar said that they see and hear the criticism and the constructive criticism and feedback on the state of the game, and they hear fans' concern. And like anyone else, I laugh at that and I say that's bull. That's not true. If you heard the concerns, or the criticism, or the complaints, or anything, then you would do something. And I have to say, it impresses me to an extent. It impresses me that Rockstar is a company that can create this stunning, beautiful AAA game. I believe Red Dead has gotten a couple awards. And, like, look at this. Everything you do in Red Dead looks cinematic as hell. Look at this. Write her off. Oops. And boom. You can't tell me that this isn't like immediately wallpaper material. Same thing if you were to just walk around. It's beautiful. The game is stunning. And I know that there are developers that would kill to have a fan base like Red Dead. A fan base that, despite the game having long since basically been abandoned developer support-wise, that the fans continue to play, continue to support, and they go out of their way to push for some drip of content. There are developers that would kill for that sort of fan base. That loyal, unwavering dedication. And yet, Rockstar simply uses it as another method of income. I know that I'm far from a popular YouTuber and that this message probably won't reach many. But I just wanted to make it, like a lot of people, I wanted to make a video putting my thoughts out and expressing my feelings towards this whole situation. Like I was saying, I've only had Red Dead for a little more than a year, and I know that this is not the first time, save Red Dead Online and the upcoming funeral that's planned. If you didn't know, the 13th will, as I said, will mark 1 full year of no content. Fans are planning to get on and basically hold a funeral for the game. Chances are on the 13th you'll see quite a bit more people around than you normally would on this game. And even if you have stopped playing Red Dead, I would say, even if it's just for a few minutes, dust the game off, put it in, load it up, and get on for a couple minutes. Just to pretty much pay your respects to the game. The heck? But, yeah, that's kind of about it. I know that Save Red Dead Online and the funeral and all that, this isn't the first, like, movement. I mean, the funeral's not really a movement, but I know this isn't the first time that fans have had to get a movement going. There was the clown thing, which also made some headlines. That I heard about, and of course, back then I was only familiar with GTA as like the big online game from Rockstar, and admittedly I kind of held some prejudice towards Red Dead, because I too, like a lot of the very annoying GTA players you see on social media everywhere, I too thought that Red Dead was sapping attention away from our beloved Grand Theft Auto 5. Which, when it first came out, it sort of felt like that. But the fact that Red Dead had clearly been abandoned, like, I hadn't heard Red Dead on anything in months. And the fact that, again, the game was starting to get really dried up, and then it became known that the players were dressing up as clowns, and, like, the fact that they were treating Rockstar so harshly without saying anything mean to Rockstar or going out of their way to harass them. The fact that they were expressing themselves so vividly and making their point so clear without, again, harassing the developers or threatening or any of that, because threatening and harassing developers will make you even less progress than simply complaining. But I'd heard about that, and that was impressive to me. My friend and old streaming partner, King Legend, some of you who watch me, if you know him, probably know him as Aiden. He got this game, and he really loved it, from what I could tell at least. He played it quite a lot for the first few days he got it, and he urged me to get it. He urged quite a few of us to get it. I was the second one to get it. I got it a couple days later. Because, admittedly, I had been looking into the game a bit, and now that I had a friend to play it with, I was more than happy to get it and give it a shot. I did, and I am so grateful that I did. I'm so glad that I gave in and gave what I thought was killing GTA a shot. And I love it. This game is awesome. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And the fact that Rockstar refuses to do anything with the game is so disheartening. And it's disgusting that a company can treat fans like that. And so that's pretty much it. I'll probably be streaming on the 13th. And yeah, like I said, if you haven't been on the game in a while because you run out of things to do, or you run out of patience, or you're just fed up, or whatever the case, I advise you to, yeah, take the game out, put it in your console, and load it up. Join us for a few minutes to pretty much see this game off. Of course, this is the end of Red Dead. It's not like they're terminating the servers. But what we have now is pretty much what we get. This is it, guys. This is Red Dead's full form. Probably the most irritating thing about their post on the Newswire is they said something ludicrous along the lines of, when they were addressing Red Dead, first of all, you had to scroll about 3/4 of the way through this, like, long-ass news article on all the great stuff coming to Grand Theft Auto 5 for, like, I think it was, like, three little paragraphs on, Red Dead. Like, you had to scroll all the way to the bottom to find it, and then when you did, they addressed the game as something along the lines of, they say for players coming to Red Dead, coming to this lush, activity-rich world, and they basically go on to say they address the game as something with all of these, they describe Red Dead as a game with that's just oozing with content. It's just, there's so much to do. And they talk about how there's the, they talk about between the online cooperative story to all of the jobs to do, to all of the specialist roles. And they talk about how much content that provides to the game. They address that as, they address the world as being lush with activities. Which, honestly, on my first day of Red Dead, I noticed that there was a bit of a lack of things to do. Of course, early on, like, even if you do notice it, there's still plenty for you to do. But even now, I'm like 70-something level. Yeah, 72, which isn't that high, to be honest, right? Like, there are people in the thousands or hundreds. 73, it's pretty good. I don't have the most amount of money. But, like, I've got everything I need. I've got, like, my Breton here that I'm riding, Kanade. Really good horse. Stamina's not a problem. I like Bretons because they are... Well, I mean, they're big, hardy horses. They fit the role of a bounty hunter or an outlaw. They fit the role of, you know, for the role that I like to play. And, you know, admittedly, I've become a bit attached to this horse. But, past, like, so I own a good horse. There's 2 wagons for you to buy, a couple rolls, and that's pretty much it. There's no properties. The closest thing there is to a property is upgrading the tent at your camp. And other than that, then there's nothing to spend your money on other than customizing guns, maybe buying a few new guns, and buying food. And again, my hat goes off to people who have been playing this game for years, who were part of the clown movement, or who supported the game in some way or another. And it's just so sad that any developer can treat their fan base like this. Like, the way Rockstar is acting, it's like a mobile game developer. Like people who make games that inherently just push you to buy microtransactions, and is obviously just a lazy, cheap cash grab. Except this game isn't lazy. This game is absolutely amazing, and the fact that they can just up and abandon it is mind-blowing. So, yeah. I guess I'd have to say that's pretty much it. Like anyone else, I'll continue playing Red Dead. I really enjoy the game. But, yeah. That's basically gonna be it for this video. Mark your calendars. The 13th is 1 full year of absolutely nothing new added to the game. And if you can even fathom to look at the game anymore, I would ask you to boot it up for a bit and come join us, even if it's just for a few minutes. We can pay our respects to this masterpiece of a game that such a terrible company could just up and abandon, and then we can all watch as about a week after the game is, well, about a week after the game's funeral, we can expect to see this massive update to GTA. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on Red Dead soon, if only it was under better circumstances.